should have just kept your big mouth.
We got a fun-filled show tonight.
I met a boy today.
It's your boy, Coach Career, the General. 860 Army.
She loving my style every time I'm.
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to nationals.
I'm around.
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
The hood, we locked
Clear. I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.
Yo.
What's going on, player?
What up, though?
What's going on, baby? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, brother. Happy Tuesday.
My boy just had practice. Share it to a couple groups. I'm not gonna share to all the groups. This is more like
I'm about to share it all mine, and then we could get
right into proceedings this evening. You are enough. If you out there, you wondering if you're enough. The great PH said you are enough. Okay. Chris, what up, Chris? What's good, my brother?
What's going on, Chris?
The program, Dorchester Elite Eagles in the house. It has Skrilla come out. Huh? Y'all let out by rappers now. Dorchester do it big, man. Shouts out to the Eagles. I think they got a couple teams. They got a couple teams playing. Definitely got a couple teams playing. All right, y'all. Most of the people gonna have to just
watch it when they watch it, dog.
Watch it when y'all watch it. That's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna do this real quick. So nobody inbox me because people won't see y'all comments. I get a lot of people inboxing me. So I'm Tito, I'm gonna talk to you, and then they can just kind of hear our conversations. All right. So let's go through this. All right. So Tito, yesterday I got a call. Telling me, and I'm gonna put it up right now. So yesterday I got a call, Tito, and it was breaking news. I'm going to read what I wrote. I said, Waterbury 13U will now play Dorchester at 13U. Worcester 13U disqualified for having high school players. Big Duke versus Big Hurst. I think that's a good game. Two of the more elite coaches in New England get to play each other. So that's what I wrote. I stand by what I wrote. So if you was up here looking for me to retract something, no. I do want to clarify something, though. Because then I received a phone call. And it was on the other side of this thing. Now, typically, I don't do pop-up podcasts to address what I wrote unless I want to clarify something for everybody out there, because I want to be truthful. Now, my statement is true. I never said, Tito, on this post that Worcester Vikings cheated. It doesn't say that they cheated. I'm not responsible for what happens in the comments. So let me tell you what I then came to find out, Tito. So I found out, and I'm going to tell you what I know. I have the information. I found out, Tito, that a couple years ago, Central Mass AYF sent an email to National AYF. And what they asked, Tito, and I'm not showing what I know, or I'm not telling y'all how I found this information out. I came to find out, Tito, that Worcester, Mass, in their bylaws, in the league bylaws of Central Mass AYF says, this is what I was told, that you can have high school players or JV players as long as they're not playing varsity. Follow me. Don't start shooting at me whether AYF National allows that or not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm telling y'all that in Central Mass, they allow high school players to also play 13U as long as they're not on varsity. I also was told, Tito, and it was verified, they have teams with those players on their teams. Now, Tito, follow me. So that's what I was told. I also saw with my own eyes an email, Tito, of Central Mass AYF asking National AYF, hey, this is what our league does. Is this okay for us to do going to national? Right? Now, follow me again. AYF Central Mass ask AYF National, is it okay for us to have high school players as long as they're not playing varsity, because that's what our league allow due to the nature of our league and the makeup of small towns. Kids that play JV varsity also are allowed to play 13U. AYF National never responded to Central Mass. They never said, no, you cannot do that. It's illegal. It's wrong. They never responded. Take that for what it's worth. I'm not here to speak on behalf of Worcester Vikings. They can speak for themselves. Now let's move it along. Now I was told, let me pause that real quick. I got a call after I got this information that said, Phil, I want to tell you something. There was a meeting called and Central AYF Mass was present where they were told this year you cannot play with high school kids. Not from National AYF, a New England meeting that took place that said that. Now, I will tell you, Tito, that they did have high school kids playing, verified, playing freshman and or JV, playing for their 13U. Craig Karahuda said, Phil is not true. AYF rule is clear. No high school or AYF at the same time. Craig, I never said national rule allows it. I'm going to say it again, Craig. I said AYF Central Mass allows it, not national. I know nationally they are disqualified. I did not contest that. AYF does not allow kids to do participate in high school and youth football. AYF Central Mass does allow that. AYF Central Mass confirmed to me that they sent kids down to nationals doing that. Now, whether National AYF knew it or not, I can't attest to that. But I can tell you 100% they have sent kids to nationals doing both. My only assumption is AYF National didn't know. But I'm going to keep going. But Craig, you're right. I agree. I am saying what you heard was not true, that you said it was. Oh, yes. I agree that AYF Nationals does not allow it. But AYF Central Mass allows it. Now, here is where I wanted to clear up my statement. Oh, wait. I did also see an email, and this is why I'm going to clear it up, in which Phil Hood, who I believe is the AYF Regional Director, correct, Tito?
Yeah, I believe for New England.
Said word for word, I do not believe Worcester Vikings was cheating. I saw him. Somebody sent me a screenshot of him stating, I do not believe the Worcester Vikings was cheating. Regional Director said he do not believe the Worcester Vikings was purposely trying to cheat in AYF. Okay, that's what I'm just telling you what I saw. Again, everybody can speak for themselves. I saw an email that Phil Hood told somebody, I do not believe the Worcester Vikings was attempting to cheat, which lead me to believe, Tito, that I don't think the Worcester Vikings was operating outside of their league bylaws, but was 1,000% operating outside of the national bylaws. You see what I'm saying? So they operated legally within their league bylaws, but they operated outside of the national AYF bylaw.
Yeah,
you cannot have high school
right. He
kids.
just clarified that. He just clarified that.
They got caught up on a local rule that contradicted the national rule 100%. Well, so Craig, before you go, that's why I'm up here, because I kept getting flooded with things saying I said that they cheated. I never made the statement they cheated. I said they were disqualified for having high school kids, which I was right. Have a good night, Craig. Now, I want to say, Worcester, you guys can speak for yourself. But I want to be clear, Tito. I was told that there was a meeting that told Central Mass, don't do this. You know that you guys are going to get in trouble. And they was like, no, we're good. Our league allows it.
See, I didn't want to open up Pandora's box, but we're going to open up Pandora's box about this, because this is the fourth situation in 2 years where there's some kind of miscommunication about what is allowed and not allowed over there on that side of things. There was three situations last year that I know of that kind of got swept under the rug, and now this one happened to go public before the regional championship. Clearly, there's a problem of an understanding of the rules in New England on that side of things over there for whatever reason.
So, Jordan, I'm gonna put up Jordan. Jordan, you said, but if they was told at the meeting, why they still do it? Let me ask you, Jordan. Was Central Mass told let me rephrase that. Was the Worcester Vikings told, or was Central Mass told? That's my question. Was the Worcester Vikings told no? Because I'm gonna give you an example, Jordan. If you're in a league and your league president tells you yes to doing something, you're probably going to think that is legal. Am I correct? How can a league allow something that the national level does not allow? Because AYF does not operate from a national rule book like Pop Warner does. AYF doesn't put out a national rule book that from Cali to Connecticut, from Illinois to Florida, everybody follows the same rule. You got age-based AYF. You clearly got independent AYF. You got Division I, Division II, and Division III AYF. And I think there's different versions of the rules. And I think that that's where it's getting sticky. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's where it's getting sticky, is that people are allowed to have these little tweaks in their particular league, which allows them, or which will get them in trouble, or allows them to operate a little differently than everybody else. It don't matter. Central Mass is the one who gave Amy Robinson the paperwork on the Cowboys, who had high school kids on it.
Right. But again, we know of 2 or 3 other situations in the last 2 years of that happening. Last year, it seems like folks got away with it. This year, whatever came about here, they caught it in regional play. Last year, those teams were able to play through, and then whatever happened at the end, happened at the end. This year, they catch it early. Clearly, there's a misconception of a misunderstanding of what the rule structure is in New England, because this ain't the first person. This ain't the first situation this ain't the first situation where people are caught up in this same situation with having high schoolers dual rostered or whatever they're considering it to be called.
Hey, Mick. So Mick said, this is what my interpretation of even the Pop Warner rules are. You can make your rules more stricter, but you can't make them less. But Mick, Craig was just on that stated they didn't cheat. Right here. Craig said they did not cheat. They got caught up on a local rule, which means, and I think Craig is the bigwig, right? Which means their local rule was okay. but it contradicted the national rule. It didn't say it was illegal outside of the national rule. Just the national rule and Central Mass rule conflicted. And because of that, you couldn't move through. So I'm not getting the vibe that Craig is saying that the rule that they use is illegal.
Basically, what you're saying is they're just not eligible for national play because of whatever that rule is.
So I think that's what that
they're not
mean.
eligible for national
Their
play.
league should not be eligible for national play.
So
I think what Mick's saying is correct. I'm not trying to say he's not. I think Mick's saying you can make rules stricter, but you can't make them less. That's if you want to play at an AYF national, then you need to follow what Mick just said.
So let me.
Anything outside of that, you're probably going to be ineligible, which makes sense to me. By the way, I'm agreeing. I think that makes sense. As an observer of 12U Worcester and 12U Cowboys, they had overage and size players, but the rules did do it line up, and they should. What is an oversized player? A big kid? I don't know.
I think she's shooting at both Worcesters.
I don't know what an oversized player means, Amy.
Right. Jordan's saying that once they declare national, they should have known the national rule book. I mean, I get that sentiment too.
If you declare the national track,
that's what we're just saying. If you declare national track,
can I ask y'all a question on the AYF side? If they would have dropped those kids prior to playoffs, would they have been okay? Like, can they play by their rules up until the playoffs and then drop them after they win their championship and keep going? Is that allowed? I'm not being funny. I don't know if that's allowed. Why have a local rule? I think you mean why have a local rule in your league if that disqualifies you for national?
It's not in compliance with national.
All the Vikings 13U players are eligible. That's false, Tia. They weren't eligible. That's false. I know you guys keep pumping that out. I'm sorry to tell you. I spoke with people that, without saying names, I spoke with very prominent people in Worcester that admitted that you guys were using kids that play high school and youth, and you can't do both. So, yes, they were eligible for your league, Tia. They didn't cheat, but they're ineligible to proceed to nationals.
Nationals, they're not.
Everyone was told, and they tried to be slick. I was told that there was a meeting in which they was told.
We're not arguing that they're age eligible. We're not even arguing any of it. What we're telling you is the rule states, the national rule states, you can't have kids participate in high school and participate at the youth level. That's clearly what the rule is. They can't be dual participated, right? That's what you're telling me. They can't be on the high school roster and they can't be on the 13U roster, period. It's not that they're not of age, but you can't play freshman or JV and then still play youth. You're not allowed to do it.
Oversized as in an 11 and 12-year-old looking up at an 11 and 12-year-old and being like that's 13 and 14-year-olds. Who cares how big kids are? Kids come in different sizes. You declare D2 or D3 or local, Jordan said. So let me get this, Jordan. If they declare local is legal, if they declare D2 or D3, they get to win their league championship, then those kids have to drop off as they go into postseason play to Division 2 or Division 3, right? That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I mean, we don't.
They would just be absentee forms for those players that you.
I don't know if that's how the rules are perceived, bro.
I didn't hear that they had overage players. That's not true.
She's arguing with the person.
No.
In the crowd,
She said that. Yeah, I think the girl Amy is trying to say they got.
She's talking to the person in the crowd.
If the goal is to reach nationals, the guideline. Hey, Mick, you said that the rules got sent out to everybody. So even the D3 towns that's not that on a D3 track, they get the national rules. Like, this is what you can do. This is what you can't do age-wise and everything. I expect the bigger and the best at nationals, not to win at 12 and 13U. I just have no idea what that means. Once that coach knew they was going the national route, they should have took those kids off before the playoffs. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to know. If you play a national team, it's national rules. All right. So, and Mick said everybody got those rules. So, it.
Well, here's the thing. Here could be the other problem.
If they got the rules and they knew they couldn't play, kids playing JV and kids playing 13U. If they got the rule, follow me, and they knew they couldn't do it, and they tried to do it, and they got caught, that's a whole different conversation. But go ahead, I'm gonna just say it.
Here's the thing. Central Mass is not used to competing in the regional structure. Are they a national track league, or this is the first year they're in it because they're D3?
Well, D3 is national track. You
right.
can't even call that D3.
I don't think Central Mass has been participating in the regional structure. I think they've been operating.
He knew he'd been in regionals the last 2 years.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said.
Well, I ain't been over there in years, bro. So I'm not as familiar as I used to be with what's going on over there. So
AJ said every coach know you cannot do that. Hey, don't that jeopardizes the high school kids' eligibility too on the back end? It's crazy that the Worcester teams come to Connecticut to play. They ask what rules they are playing by because in Mass, they play by a league rules and not NFHS like all other youths. Wait, is that true? They was in the race last year.
No, they play under federation rules now too. All the Mass does. Remember, I'm always in Mass playing like that changed from how it used to be. All the Mass plays federation rules now. There's not no more NCAA rules and all that.
Oh, they lost to Springfield last year, Tito, so they wouldn't know the rules. James Hunt just said they lost their Springfield Island. Them emailing about the high school kids, they knew that it wasn't allowed. So why did they even try to get by? Well, I don't know if you're trying to get by if you email nationals, right? I think not telling nationals or regionals and trying to do it is getting by. I think they was looking to get it in writing so that they could say, see, you guys said yes. To my knowledge, and I confirmed this, nationals didn't respond to them. Now, I don't know if they took that as a yes. I don't know if they took it if they should have took it as a no, but they saying, look, we asked nationals and they didn't write us back. So we did it. We didn't know. That's what they saying. They can speak for themselves. If you from Worcester and you want to speak on this,
and we're talking about the Vikings. We're talking about the Vikings. We're talking about the Worcester Vikings. We're not talking about the Cowboys. There's two teams in Worcester, for those that don't know.
After everything I heard, how everything is Central Mass, right? Central Mass was not correct. They look, it's sad for the Worcester Vikings if they were told they can do this and they can't. Now I'm not, y'all know me, I'm not one that look for sympathy for nobody. But think about the kids, because we say it's about the kids. So let's strip out the coaches. If kids were told yes, most kids are going to do it. The kids, I'm not talking about a coach. If the kids were told yes, then the kids would do it. If they use their real name, real birthday, real high school, real age, real address, like real everything, clearly somebody told them yes. Like, right? Like, am I wrong? Like, clearly somebody told them yes. Keith said, how does this affect the high school team? That's what I want to know.
It probably has no bearing. They're not. The high school operates under whatever their high school federation track is. I'm sure there's no bylaw in high school football that you can't be dual roster.
In high school, you can only play 4 quarters a week.
Right, but that's with the
Vikings has been nationally tracked for years. Oh, so even if the league told them yes, those coaches knew better. I think that's what Mick's getting at. The Worcester Cowboys and Worcester Vikings been nationally tracked for years. So even if a coach told them yes, the answer would be no. The question was, why wasn't this brought up during the regular season? Listen, I'm going to be honest. I think the best strategic thing you could ever do in youth football is let somebody cheat to this point. If you got them, let them cheat. Catch them at this point so they're disqualified and your team can keep moving. I'm not advocating that nobody cheat. But if you got somebody, there is a strategic method that people use, and they let people cheat to this point, and then they take you out, and they team get to proceed. That's just the stuff that people do. CMYFCC specifically said.
Yes, we know that. We know that, but that rule can't.
Andrea, you 100% understand that. But Andrea, the national AYF specifically said freshmen cannot be on the team. So that's the I'm a Worcester Vikings coach, 13U. How do I join? Inbox me on Facebook and my messenger. I'll let you join right now. That's how you could join. Let's bring you on. Inbox me. I'm gonna try to find this person because I would love to talk to somebody. Let's see. Yahira Love. Is that you? There you go. Everybody, y'all see I'm sending her the link. Let me stop sharing so we don't have it's too much on the inbox. You don't know what some. Hey, check your inbox. You really want to join? I just sent you the link. CMYFCC said they could. Okay, Andrea, so let's think about it like this. Your immediate supervisor tell you you could take all the money out the safe and keep it. But at the bank rules is if you take money out the bank, you get fired. Unfortunately, you can't go back and say, well, my supervisor told me I can take it. They're going to fire you, and they're going to say you knew the bank rules. The bank rules said you couldn't do it. If the MIA catches it, the kid is suspended for 1 year. Wow. Let's stop talking about those kids because I don't want to. Who's the head of the national? There's not a national person.
No, you got your league commissioner.
It's your league president. That's it. Why do you think that rule exists? I'm not sure which rule you're talking about. To Yahira, you said you want to get on. Now you MIA on us. Go to your inbox. The link is there. Gladly click on the link and join the stream since you want to get on. If you're brave enough to speak about this, I don't have no skin in the game. I'm not here to shoot Worcester down, big them up, shoot Central Mass down, or big them up. I have no skin in the game. I wanted to clarify something because a lot of people from Central Mass was jumping in my inbox saying, oh, they didn't cheat and you called them cheaters. I wanted to be clear. I never called them cheaters. I said they were disqualified. And it's true that they was disqualified. The Cowboys is with the CTAYF, not Central Mass. We're talking about the Worcester Vikings right now. Central Mass should take accountability if this is what was told to our coaches by Central Mass. Right. You can't tell me they don't know the rule when they was sending stuff about the Worcester Cowboys. It's all lies. Central Mass tried to get over and they got caught. So, James, are you saying that the very same situation happened a year ago and they caught somebody on the same rule and now they're trying to use the rule that they got somebody kicked out for a year ago? Is that what you're trying? I think that's what is that what he's saying? Are you saying that, James, that this? Okay. So listen what James is saying. James is saying the very same rule that they're using now that they should be able to play, a year ago they got a team disqualified for. So they knew that it was ineligible. But when they do it, they wanted it to rock. You understand that, Tito? You heard me?
Yeah, I mean, bro.
It's a mess. It's a sad situation. If James want to come on, we got 10 minutes for him to I just don't know. They wasn't ready to cheat they was ready to cheat my program, the Dorchester Eagles. Jordan, well, they can check our books and clarify because you're delusional. What did Jordan say?
That's not Jordan Luck. That's a different Jordan.
No,
That's
Jordan
crazy.
Stereo, she said. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have high school players in a sense that they are older than 13. You're
arguing the wrong thing. They're in high school.
You're in high school.
They're in high school. There's nothing to talk about. They're in high school. You can't be dual roster. Clearly, the rule that you guys were told that how you could operate was not true. Your national commissioner was just on and said y'all contradicted the national rule. That's why they was removed from the playoff.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
All right, James. Cool. Slow down. All right, can you
hear me? Yo, Central Mass is full of shit. They're the ones who gave all the paperwork on Worcester Cowboys' 14U that had all the fucking high school kids on there. They sent it to Amy, and they used Amy as a scapegoat to send it to national. They knew.
Hold on, let me walk you through this because I don't know what you mean. So a year ago, are you saying the Worcester Cowboys had kids playing high school football and youth?
Yes, on the 14U.
Varsity or JV and freshman?
They were playing all three.
And the Worcester Vikings provided the evidence that those kids was on varsity.
Central Mass did.
Okay, so the Central Mass board did provided evidence.
Yes.
Did Worcester get disqualified?
Yes, the 14U got disqualified. Yes.
All right, so then you're saying the Central Mass board specifically knew about.
Of course they knew. Okay. There's no question about it. There's no question about it. Listen, they're the ones when you go to regionals. When we were going to regionals, we had to give our books to them and everything. They know the rules. This is full of shit. They just got caught. Plain and simple. They got caught trying to do dirty shit. And that's what it is. They knew the rules. They're the ones who sent all that fucking paperwork to Amy. How the fuck we know kids in Doherty and Worcester South? We don't live in Central Mass. They the ones who sent that shit.
Live on YouTube too, so let's.
All right, they're the ones who sent that stuff. They know the rules to the T. Everybody knows that rule book to the T. The first thing as a coach you do, and I listen, I got no sympathy for Worcester Vikings. They've been in regionals the last 2 years against Springfield, and that's the reason why they added these kids, because they were getting their asses whooped 36-12, 40-something to 6. That's exactly what happened, and that's the reason why they added kids on, added these kids from lifting and all this other shit. It's just so full of shit. Central Mass is full of shit too. Yeah. They're full of shit. They're full of shit, bro. They're full of shit. And I mean, excuse my language. I'm sorry. They're full of crap, and they know they are. They know they are. They're the ones who gave all the information to Amy about every single kid. Come on, they just used her as the scapegoat and refused to send it to nationals because they didn't want to look like they were telling. But they're the ones who gave it to her.
So let me ask you, James. How are they trying to pull it over nationals' eye per se? Like did they say the kids were younger? I mean, in 8th grade, and they really was high school, or they thought they would sneak through?
Well, think about who does their regional stuff.
Who?
Central Mass.
What you mean does their regional stuff? Doesn't the regional director get involved in that or no?
He only looks at the books, man. But once they have, so what they do is you got to give them your books, like 5 or 6 days before, and they go through your stuff thoroughly, and then they give them, and then when you get your book back, when you go to regionals, you have to show the book in front of Phil and some other lady. Whoever's hosting regionals that year, whether it be Connecticut, Mass, or Blackstone Valley or New Hampshire, you have to show your books. That's how it goes. Now, if Central Mass okays everything, Phil's not seeing anything. He's just gonna let go by because it's stamped and everything's certified. You see what I'm saying? I know how it works. I was a part of it. So when I tell
Let me
you,
ask you, James, at the end of the day, your belief, not mine, not Tito. I want to ask you flat out: do you think the Worcester Vikings was purposely cheating?
excuse my language, yes, because they were getting their asses handed to them by Springfield every year in regionals. They were getting bodied. I mean, I was at those games because I was in regional. They were getting bodied. They were getting destroyed. So how do you counteract by getting destroyed by one kid in an offensive line, in a defensive line? You go out and you try to find some better, stronger kids, and that's what happened. And that's the reality of it. Ryland and them was kicking they behind every year in regionals. They didn't play not one team out of their Central Mass Conference. Not one team. Not one.
So every game this season was inside their own league?
Yes, inside Central Mass. And
so that made them legal until they played outside then, right?
Listen, yeah, they never played a playoff game. They didn't play a regional game. They didn't play none of it. They didn't play. They were off for over a month. Well, technically, they wasn't off because they were still playing high school football. But most of them kids that were on that team, that's probably 13. I mean, they all are 13, but the ones who are not in high school, they sat around for a month. They didn't play nobody. They didn't play one person. They never played out of their conference, ever. So do I think they knew what they know? You can't tell me as a head coach you don't know the rule book. I mean, if you don't, then you really shouldn't be a head coach, right? Like, that's the first thing we do as coaches is we look at the rules and see how it benefits us and how it doesn't. That's the first thing a good coach is going to do. He's going to look at the rules because he needs to know.
I was just text that the difference between the Worcester Vikings, and look, I'm giving y'all information. I don't have a side. That the difference between the Worcester Vikings situation and the Worcester Cowboys situation is that the Cowboys equals their kids were playing varsity.
Yeah, okay, and I'm a counteract that.
Freshman and JV. Now, both of them is outside of the national rule book. Am I right?
Yes. Phil, let me counteract that. They had 9 kids that played high school. 7 of them played varsity. 2 of them played JV and freshman. So I mean, there was 9 of them that got caught. 7 of them played varsity. 2 of them played JV and freshman. I have their names. I got their pictures. We end up getting everything. But like I said, how will we get it? We don't live nowhere near Worcester. That was all Central Mass is doing, man. They did that. They know the rules, man. I'm not going for that. I listen. These dudes, the Worcester Vikings has been in regionals the last 2 years. I'm not listening to that.
The same team.
Same team. Yeah. Same coaches. They've been in regionals the last 2 years. I'm telling you what it was. It was spring.
James froze on us, y'all. James froze.
Go ahead. I'm back. I said what happened, Springfield was putting that BTA on the last 2 years.
Yo, every time we bring them on, the same thing happens, bro. Every single time.
Well,
anyways, according to James Hunt, Central Mass knew this was going on. Here's one question I have for everybody. Yep. Central Mass was D3. How did they wind up in the D2 bracket? That I'm confused about. I thought all the Central Mass went D3. I thought same thing with AYF Western Connecticut. I thought they were all D3. How did these guys wind up in a Division 2? A Division 2.
Yeah, Ira, can you? We have somebody's representing Worcester on. Can you turn your camera on, please? Can you turn your camera on?
Dude, that was Hunt that just popped up again, bro.
No, this one. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. What's up? Can you turn your camera on?
My camera is on. I am in my car. How you doing? This is Coach Randy from the Worcester Vikings, 13U. I'm an assistant coach on the team.
All right, brother. So let's take this slow. I want to ask you a question. Did you guys have kids participating in high school JV and freshman games as well as youth football?
Yes, my son is actually one of those kids who did do that.
Were you guys told that this was legal?
So this is our first year that we would have been put in this predicament to start with. This is not a rule like that 3 years ago would have been implied to us. So this is the only year where our kids are actually in high school and able to play high school football. So yes, my son played JV football. I don't come from a football background. I box, even my son box. I don't know the written rules of football. Cause we didn't intentionally do this. Nobody intentionally broke the rules or tried to break any rules. And also, not because it happened to us, there's a whole bunch of teams that are playing right now with kids in high school playing AYF football.
So
but we're not going to sit here and point the finger at all these organizations and do that point the finger game. They caught us, whatever. We didn't cheat. Nobody intentionally cheated.
So what's your name again, Coach? My bad.
Coach Randy Marinas. My son is Randy Marinas.
No, let's just talk about you. We don't gotta talk about the kids. So, all right, Coach Randy, let me ask you something. So, your coaching staff never knew that the national rules said that you can't play high school football and youth football, correct?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying what I'm telling you is my coaching staff doesn't go and follow all these kids home and know what they do after school.
So you saying you did not know that they was playing high school football?
Yeah, how do you know what everybody else does within their own personal life?
Well, you said your son was playing.
My son was playing, yes.
So I guess I'm confused. If you knew that they couldn't do both, why would
I didn't say I knew they couldn't do both. I never knew. In our conference, we could have played. From what I was told is, and this is why we did it, we could play JV, not varsity.
All right, so
and that's a conference rule that's legal, but in the nationals, I guess is not, and that's where the misunderstanding is, and that's the only reason my son played, because we thought we was following the rules, not breaking them. These kids ain't taking PEDs. They're of age. They just my son played 3 games of JV football. Now he got an advantage on what and on who?
Hey, Coach Randy, I don't think that anybody's saying that your kids got an advantage on anyone.
I hear that, but they're being bashed online, called cheaters.
No. They're not talking about the kids, bro. They're talking about the adults that chose to put these kids in this predicament. I think when they say cheaters, they're talking about the coaches that knew the rule.
We are not in the nationals yet. If these are national rules, why don't they apply in the nationals?
They do apply to nationals. I don't understand what you're saying.
No. I'm saying, like, there's rules. There's different rules when you go to different places to play.
Right.
So at this level, we haven't got to the nationals. Why are we playing by a national book if we're still at the regional and local level?
I'll let Beef. How you doing?
What's up, y'all?
You're an AYF. So basically, he's saying that they should not have been disqualified and they should be able to play you Dorchester because they didn't break any rules.
Intentionally. Nobody intentionally broke
any. You're saying you intentionally didn't, but Paul, I think that in the beginning of the year, when the rule was created, the new rule or the for this year moving forward, where it says no high school players, no dual action. I'm not sure how you guys didn't get that. If you knew you was going to Florida or you was trying to be on a national track, that should have been said right from the beginning. The problem is everybody tries to be slick like a can of oil until it's time. And I'm not purposely slaying you, but what I am saying, let's just say Worcester Vikings never got caught. Now, y'all will be sitting up there with the Arsenio figure. Yeah. We going to get ready to play the regional championship game, and y'all didn't get caught. But then the problem is, man, here's the real problem. Your conference knew, your conference leaders knew, because they were told by national and the regional director what the rules were. So when they look at your rosters and they know where your kids are playing, because people been mentioning stuff all year, you know what I'm saying? Of course they knew. But they thought probably y'all was gonna slide under the radar. But those days are over, man. It's just like everybody keeps trying to bullshit the system, bro. Like dudes need to play straight up. And I do feel bad for the kids in your program that the parents, maybe they didn't really know the rules. But the conference knew. The
Yeah,
conference
but
didn't know.
Central Mass told us it was okay, brother. That's what I'm trying to get at. They said
Yeah,
no varsity football, not no. They said JV, okay, no varsity. That's
So,
where the problem is,
so
and
coach,
nobody
let me ask you
intentionally
something.
try
Have
to
you
break
ever
the
seen
rules.
the national rule? You never looked at the national rule book in AYF?
To be honest with you, brother, no.
Okay.
so that's the problem right there, brother.
I think that
Yeah,
That's the
we
problem.
got to the
right.
we got to the regional level twice and lost at the regional game to go to Florida. This would have been the year what I think we would have won it, and because really two kids played JV football 2-3 games. I guess the advantage is really that serious.
No. So
You know what I'm
ain't
saying? Like that's the way I look at it.
nobody's talking about the kids though, coach. Like
Nobody's
So
talking
why
about
don't
the
they
kids,
suspend
man.
those
talking
two
about the
kids
kids.
and let the
Even
team
if
play?
you
The team
listen,
won.
it's very much possible that you guys played Dorchester and they beat you. But even if Dorchester
Yeah,
had,
because y'all were just gonna think y'all were just gonna whoop our ass. I can tell you that now. That
even
that
if
that, that was just
Oh, we
gonna
wasn't
happen.
losing that game. I guarantee
Yeah,
that. We could run
yeah.
a scrimmage
You
tomorrow.
know what, cuz? Let me put some high school. Let me play with some kids that can play dual action, and then we'll see how that plays out. Let me do
What's the
that.
advantage?
What's the advantage? Because there's plenty of kids in Boston that I could have had dual action. You know what I'm saying? That
JV?
yeah, JV too. Yeah,
Come on, bro.
yo,
no, I'm
so
They're
just
all
being
doing
real.
it. Every
I'm
team is
just being
doing it.
real. I'm just
okay,
It's
being
just that
real.
we're not pointing the
No,
finger.
homie. First of all, you're not talking to an average coach here. You're talking to a motherfucker that won 19 regional and a nat. So you're not talking to just like any normal
All
coach.
right, yo.
That's
No,
first of all.
listen,
That's first of
congratulations
all,
and
bro.
nothing but
Hold on,
respect.
hear me out. Just hear me out. And then on top of that, you're not just talking about an average program, bro. So let's just get that straight. You're talking about my man Hurst, who's the goat of this shit. Now, let us do that dual stuff that some conferences be doing, and then let everybody do it.
hey, Coach Randy, let me jump in. I think what to bring it down a notch. I think what Coach Beef is saying is they don't have a problem that y'all use those kids. The
At
only
all.
problem is that if they known and it was legal, they had left kids off their roster out in Boston.
Are
That's
you kidding me?
JV.
We would have slaughtered the league. We would have slaughtered the league.
Like you would understand that, right? Like if you guys were able to do it, cool. Then everybody should have had the same opportunity.
Exactly.
Coach Randy, right?
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Do your thing, baby boy. But
Hey
but,
yo,
but,
hey yo,
but let us
listen. At,
do it.
at the end of the day, I don't write none of the rules
But you
or
as the
make
head
them.
coach to read them.
And
But
listen,
you
I'm
as
not a
the
head
head
coach
coach to
either.
read
I'm an
them.
assistant coach. I'm an
Okay.
assistant coach here.
Well, and then
And,
at a
and
coach's
listen,
meeting,
nobody's here trying to
at a
play,
coach's meeting, y'all
play,
should read
play.
the rules.
No, yo, can I speak, brother, please?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Listen. Nobody's here intentionally breaking the rules, and I understand what your point is too. But even still, with that, I still don't see nobody beating us. We work too hard for this. So,
So
like, the however you want
I
to run
like
it,
I
if
like the
they're
swag,
13 years
dog.
old, listen, if they're 13 years old, run it.
but brother, you're right.
That's not
They're
the
30 years
rule.
old. Run it, and
That's not the
we can
rule.
play that however you want. Bring their birth certificates, however you want. We could run that.
Listen, nobody's citing. I haven't seen it, Coach Randy, and maybe you can see it. Nobody has said your kids cheated.
Yeah, nobody's saying that.
Listen,
I'm not saying that.
Maybe not. Listen, maybe not you guys right here in this chat right now, live speaking, but everybody else have, and that's the point I want to make. No, nobody intentionally cheated. And listen, I'm showing face. Listen, I'm telling you,
it's not intentional. Nobody said intentional.
Yeah, everybody else on the net is saying that, brother. That's why I gotta show face and speak for these kids. We've been coaching these kids since they're 8U. This ain't a new team. This is the same team from 8U all the way till now.
But
Hey, can I ask a serious question?
No high school players. No, none of that. Just
look,
3 kids play JV. That's it.
I want to ask a serious question.
Hold on, B. Let me say one thing.
Go ahead, Prez.
Keep saying, and I think it's an easy deflection, Coach, respectfully, to say you keep trying to make it seem like people are talking about kids. They're not.
No, nobody's talking about
the comment right now. This is the national director in AYF. They did not cheat. They got caught on a local rule that contradicted the national rule.
Exactly.
So whether you feel like you cheated or not is irrelevant. You guys operated outside of the national rule book. Now,
which everybody got.
Go ahead.
Which everybody got that rule book. Everybody. So as a head coach, as a president, your job is to make sure your coaches, your board, and everybody gets a copy of that book and read it. We all grown men here.
Nah, I hear you, and that's what the problem was. They went by a local rule. They told us it was okay. And those 2 kids play JV. If it was really that serious, I feel like I said, let those 2 kids get suspended and let the team play because the team won.
But here's the question.
So you want suspend those 2 kids, let the team go. Well, you guys want to go send some dudes that the Vikings washed over there to go play?
But you washed them with illegal kids. You washed Waterbury with illegal.
So suspend them and run the game back. It's gonna be the same outcome.
That's not how this works.
And then listen, and the winner of that could go play Dorchester. Listen, and the winner of that could go play Dorchester. Suspend those 2 kids, run it back. And the winner of that could go play Dorchester. But nobody want to do that. They know why they said it at this time of the season. And whoever came out knew it, but guess what? They was doing it too. Everybody else is doing it too. But guess what? Everybody's not deleting their little. Listen, everybody's deleting highlights, acting like their kids ain't playing high school. Come on, bro. Everybody's playing JV.
I would like to know at this point who else is doing it.
I'm not gonna sit here and point the finger, but everybody playing stupid now. Everybody acting like they kids that are in 9th grade ain't playing 9th grade football. Come on, bro.
Can we get some names, dog? Inbox me.
I'm not doing all that, but everybody knows, bro. So you probably got some too and don't want to say it.
That's how
bro, that's one thing about us, man. We don't do that goofy shit, man. I wish we could get away with it like y'all do.
Coach Randy, let me get this clear. You're saying right now,
nobody got away with nothing, brother. No, I don't know what you're saying we got away with.
That there is other teams at AYF with high school kids at 13.
Y'all didn't get away with it. You beat Waterbury.
Like I said, brother.
Am I wrong?
Like I said, take those 2 kids out that played high school football, and the outcome was not going to change.
Wasn't it a third with your son? That would be 3, right?
No, my son would be 2 in reality.
Okay.
We talking about 2 kids that played probably 3 games of JV football, and that's what everybody's mad about.
No, bro. Again, I don't think nobody. Well, you gotta
definitely not attacking the kids.
Understand how Waterbury feels.
Not the kids.
And listen, and like I said, suspend the 2 kids, bro, but let the team play. All those kids that was playing didn't do nothing wrong. Why they got to pay the penalty for 2 kids that did something that in reality they didn't think they was breaking no rules.
But the coaches knew.
Because it's called a joint. Because it's called a joint venture. You know what I'm saying? When you do the crime and the people around you when they do the crime, they go to jail too. So it's a joint venture.
It's like being an accomplice.
Randy,
like
you
being
don't
an
think nothing should
accomplice.
happen to those coaches?
Yeah, that's
Not
exactly
you
what it
didn't know,
is.
Randy, but
That's
you don't
exactly
think
what it is right there. Them Lim boys got caught up and started snitching.
Oh shit!
That's exactly what happened, bro.
Oh,
Them Lim boys
oh shit!
caught us.
What?
Nah.
Wait, run that back. I missed
This dude
What
on.
Oh,
about
shit, what
Lim?
happened?
Yo, they
Say,
shoot.
thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on the Youth Football Podcast. We're not doing that.
Repeat what you said, Coach Randy. What
Hold on,
happened
bro.
with
My
Lim?
camera fell out. Hold on.
He said the Lane boys got caught cheating. I don't know what he meant by that, but that's what he said. Oh shit! Nah, James and them don't do that shit, man. James is real, bro.
He dropped off. I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know what's going on.
But they shoot. They shoot out there.
He didn't help his case, dog.
Yo, see me. It's big. Am I my brother's keeper?
Yo, but it's not even what he was doing. Then he went on the dry snitch and shit. Like, yo, what are we doing here, bro? You about to be lined up, cuz. You about to line everybody up. Everybody's going down.
Yo, my shit started working. Yo,
Before we get off this topic, I need to know, what did you say about Lynn? Like, repeat what you said. I missed it.
Brody started using the police terminology, so I had to hit him with that's what happened. Then caught up, they took that L, and they started snitching.
So you say when we beat Lynn, but it wasn't Lynn that told them.
Come on, bro. They went on the live going crazy like we did, like we over here breaking wild rules, like we got kids on steroids. Come on. You don't see these Lynn dudes going having a field day off this shit, bro. Like this shit is crazy, bro.
Yo, it sounds like a scene out of New Jack City right now, man. I'm sorry.
No bullshit, bro.
The courthouse.
They like, yo, these guys got the bricks over there.
Nah, dog. Lynn, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna be real with you. Lynn, to me, it gotta have nothing to do with what's happening now.
Bro, so why is it coming out now? Listen, my son playing high school's been out all year in every platform.
Can I tell you
why is it coming out now?
I'm gonna tell you
why are we speaking about this now? You know why we speaking about this now? Because we going to Florida if they don't disqualify us.
Let me answer you, brother. Why?
Nah,
Dorchester.
Let me tell you why, though. Because I talked to some people in your league. As long as you were playing inside your league, you were legal.
Right.
And as soon as you went to play Waterbury and everybody else,
right,
that's when you became illegal because you now entered the national track.
That's it.
Now, it doesn't mean that you were purposely cheating.
Nope.
Your team became illegal as soon as a high school kid that's playing football played youth football against a team on a national track in a playoff. That's it. It's really as simple as
All
that.
right, so let me ask you a question, bro.
Sure,
so
go ahead.
Let's say if this kid ain't played in over a month for high school football.
If he played high school football.
If he played, he just had to step on the field one snap. JV, no varsity, right?
If you on a JV roster, bro, you can't play. Like that's semantics. I don't know all.
So you're telling me everybody in Waterbury plays middle school?
All right, now we get somewhere.
In Connecticut, we don't have middle school football in Connecticut.
Okay, here we go.
So they could play high school football, but we can't.
High school football.
I'm asking. I'm not saying what they doing. I'm asking.
No, they can't.
So are you saying that Waterbury has people too?
No, I'm asking.
They definitely don't.
No, I'm
asking
you.
if every single one of those kids is not playing high school football. Because listen, I find it hard to believe that not one of those kids is playing high school football. Or Lynn.
Just so you're aware, Waterbury, correct me, Tito, Waterbury actual quarterback, which is one of their best players, he's actually like 12 years old. 12. He's young.
Oh, shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, so he's playing up.
And that kid's a problem.
Connecticut too small. Somebody doing that. Trust me, Cass is blowing the whistle, my brother.
Yeah.
Cass is blowing the
would have
whistle.
been blown on in Connecticut.
Cass is blowing the whistle. Trust me. Nobody likes nobody out here. Cass is blowing the whistle. They doing that out here. Trust me.
Yo, but hold on. I just want to know something. Do you know something about Waterbury? That's all I want to know, cuz. Do you know something?
Nah, I don't know nothing, bro. I'm
I want to
asking.
book plane tickets now if you know something.
Yo, I'm asking because
If you know something, I want to book
everybody
plane
talking about
tickets
us,
now.
but I know there's other teams that are doing it too. But I
Okay,
ain't gonna say who it is.
okay, but listen, my dude,
But let me ask you
I'm
though.
not fair to you. So, do you know something about Waterbury?
Nah, I
Because
don't. I
I'm ready
really
to
don't.
book plane tickets, man.
Nah, I really don't.
Okay, all right, okay, all right.
Shit, I
So,
had my plane
yo,
tickets booked.
Coach
I went to
Randy, let
that.
me
I
ask you a
went to
real
that
question.
Dorchester game with Lynn. I booked my tickets that night, and we got disqualified the next night.
Hey, but Coach Randy, let me ask you a real question.
Yeah, that's
Real
fine. That's
question.
good shit, man.
Are you saying, and I'm not asking for names, that you personally know other teams was doing the same thing you were doing?
Yeah,
Yes,
of course, definitely.
and you know this 100%.
Yes,
And teams are still active.
I'm not gonna go there now, but
Hey, no, you said earlier there's
I'm,
teams that
I'm
still
Man,
active.
asking at this point. I'm asking the question
It's
now.
140 people on this line.
I want to
You
know
got to
now.
know
Now I
something.
want to know. Now I want to see
207.
everybody's rosters in high school now. Now I want to look and see if I see any familiar names now.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Yo, can you do me a favor? Can you email me when you know something?
Nah, I ain't gonna do all that. But
Yo, just email me,
now I'm
cuz.
interested. Now I'm like shit. Cause yo, mind you, right? My son's the smallest dude on the field in every
Yeah.
field.
No, but once again, like the president said, it's not about the
So
kids,
like if
man.
you see the
We
kids
talking about the
that these
adults.
guys are going crazy about playing high school football, it's embarrassing to every single person who put energy to this.
Mhm.
Because
Hey,
once you see my son's 4'10", 110 pounds, and then you come to realize, damn, that's the reason why we stopped these kids who actually won.
Now I can't go. I can't go for the sides, man, because Lynn had, running back this past weekend that my 11U lost to Trey, and that kid was maybe 4-1, but he was a dog on the field.
Oh,
So
my
I
son's a
can't go by
dog.
the sides thing, man.
Yeah,
hey,
my son
I
playing
can't go
his
by
ass
that.
out there.
Sorry about that, bro. Can't go by that.
hey, the Vikings head coach would like to get added to.
He's trying to get on. Let him get on. Let him
What's
get
his
on.
name?
I'm trying to get his name. They just text me. I'm trying to get his name right now.
Jamel Jackson. Hey, Jamel,
get
can you
him on.
inbox me?
Tell him to hit you on Messenger to make it easier and quick.
Hold on, let me check to see if he inboxed me. I don't have if it's a Jamel Jackson, let me see.
He's on. I see him in the comments. He in the comments.
He is?
Yeah, I seen him a couple
I would
times.
love for him to get on because
He
listen.
said to add Jackson to the chat.
Yo, you got the link. Forward him the link. You got him on Messenger?
This is my girl's phone, gang. I'm not trying to get in there. Can you send it to him, please?
I don't know his name, bro.
Yeah, Jamel Jackson.
I gotta get her outside and shit. Hold on, give me a sec.
Jamel Jackson. Yeah, I got crabs upstairs cooking, man. Y'all, this thing is getting. Oh, Jamil Jackson.
Yeah, Jamil.
Hey, Jamil, inbox me.
Yeah, maybe Jameer was misled too, but he got all the answers. If he's the head coach.
All right, I'm about to add Jamil. I just found him. I sent them the link. Jamil, check your inbox. Jamil, check your inbox, brother. He just said we still got James Hunter on too, by the way.
Yeah, let James back in, man. James is
what up,
spicy.
James? But
I'm back on good.
Listen, wait. Before we get started,
you just can't be blamed about doing things, man.
we won't be able to hear everybody.
So okay, I'm gonna mute mine. I'm gonna mute mine
to speak his piece. Give me 1 second. I smell something burning upstairs. Oh, snap. What's burning?
Did he send him the link? Because when he get, I'll be able to see when he get in the back.
All I got to say is, yo, you've been in regionals the last 2 years. How the hell y'all didn't read a rule book? That's crazy to me. As coaches, how do you not read a national rule book knowing you played in regionals the last 2 years? It's crazy to me. That's the first thing a coach does before the season even starts is go over the rule book.
Brother, this is the first year they in high school.
I'm talking about coaches reading. I'm talking about coaches reading rule books about national.
This is the first year where the rule would have applied. That's why it's
No, I
last year
understand
I would
that.
have not had kids in high school, brother. That's what I'm trying
Yeah,
to tell
but you
you.
still, but you still read the rule book because you
No,
need to know these.
I hear you, and that's my point. It's one unwritten rule that everybody's breaking that you're not thinking you're breaking, or is even a rule. That's how it is from my perspective.
And I'm the one
I'm not
who went
listen.
live
Listen,
last night. I'm
my
the one
son
who went
playing
live.
football is my first journey in football. I come from a boxing background. Even my son boxed, like I said before. Like if I would have known every single rule thoroughly, especially this one, we would have never broke the rules.
All right,
Nobody intentionally tried to do this. Like, yo, the central mass rule was never broken. It was a national rule that was broken. This would have been our first year that we would have went in that path. And like I said, if we would have known we was breaking that rule,
No,
we would have not broke
brother,
it to
the
begin with.
minute you play, no, listen, hold on. The minute you play your first playoff game, you are national rules. That's it. The minute you play your first playoff game, it becomes national rules. Kickoffs all the time. It's kickoffs all the time. That's it. And you guys have been there the last 2 years.
Last year, like I said, last year we didn't have
Neil
nobody in high
Jackson,
school.
the link
So,
is in your
so
inbox. You
that
said you
rule never
can't.
applied to us last year. We didn't have nobody in high school. Once again, it's only applied to us this year.
Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Had Worcester 13U made it to regionals last year, they were gonna be disqualified too.
Why?
Because Renee was playing high school and youth football.
Oh,
Renee was playing for Doherty.
See, I don't know what Renee do. I don't coach Renee's team. I know what I do, and I know what 13U do. And I'm telling you that, like I said, that there's only a certain 2 kids that broke the rule. My son was one of them. Nobody intentionally broke the rule, brother, or trying to look for any advantage. There's no advantage you could get from breaking that rule.
No, so advantage is irrelevant, right? Like the rule says you can't do both, but it doesn't mean that. Again, I'm not.
But yeah, like I said, if I would have known that rule, if I would have known that, my son would have never played high school football.
Right.
I would have let him do this and go to the nationals.
So you agree that that sword should be stood on by the head coach or somebody above them, then, right? At least that somebody that should have known the rule, right?
Yeah, somebody should have said something. But
Respect.
the fact that
I think that that's
truthfully moving forward, I think everybody should play by the national rule, point blank, period. Fuck whatever conference rules you got. My kids is gonna be stuck here at home, even though they would have had the opportunity to face Dorchester, and that's not fair to them. And that's why I stand at, like, yo, 2 kids broke the rule unknowingly. Like, yo, why does the whole team got to get penalized?
Again, brother, I'm not saying it's true. He should be on in a second because he just looked at the text. You keep saying unknowingly, but there's coaches in AYF saying 100% that you guys got the rule book. Now, you particularly didn't, but the head coach or somebody else, they're saying, got that rule that said you can't do it. And so it's not unintentional. It's not an unintentional break.
I was told varsity, brother. That's why.
Right, for your league, but I'm talking about for national.
Yeah.
Right, like you were told the correct rule for Central Mass for your regular season games.
Yeah, but
what about for national?
Yeah, for national, nobody told me that, hey, your son got to sit out for the rest of the playoffs and for even if they go to Florida because he played football in high school. I would have known that. I would have never let him play high school football from begin with.
Your son must be one of the studs, man. That's why.
Yeah, he's 13. Other team, he works hard. He's the smallest kid of the team.
No. The size don't matter.
Yeah.
He works
the
hard,
size
brother.
don't matter.
So
he got to be one of the studs.
He's getting penalized for working hard. That's it.
No, bro, nah. Again, let's not put it on the kids. He's only getting penalized because he did nothing wrong. He played football in high school and football in youth.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
he's getting penalized. His team don't get to play. He don't get to play. He's getting penalized.
But he played.
However you want to put it, he's still getting penalized.
Yeah.
But I feel you, bro. But you realize the rule was put out. I believe. Beef, correct me. What, last year it was implemented?
Yeah.
Like I said, if I would have known that this was a thing, he would have never did high school football. I don't think he got nothing out of high school football this year. You feel me? So I would never say that high school football is the reason he's playing. No, he works hard, brother. That's it.
What? Bring him to Catholic Memorial. We got a spot for him.
Appreciate you, coach.
Yep.
Hey, listen.
We appreciate you for coming on, brother.
And like I said, if we did anything wrong to anybody, it was with no intention. We apologize to every single person out here that feels like we did something to them. We intentionally do nothing to nobody, and we love all y'all because y'all love football, and we appreciate the love y'all got for the game. So at the end of the day, I'm not coming at nobody. I ain't mad at nobody. If anything, I'm mad at myself because I should have read that fucking national rule book.
There you go, bro. Take an accountability,
and that's it.
Yep.
Ben, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the lab and we're gonna keep working. And any other kid coming up, we're gonna make sure they know these rules. That's it. And it ain't about whatever happens this week or today. We're gonna take that on the chin and we're gonna move forward and try to help these kids because that's what we're here to do.
Man, I salute that right there, bro. All jokes aside.
Yo, so somebody
and Waterbury, shout out to Waterbury. I hope they go out there and go get this dub. Dorchester, shout out to Dorchester. I hope y'all go out there and go get this dub. Like I'm not here. They're all kids. They work hard. May the best man win, brother. That's it.
That's what it is.
And I got none. I got. Listen, I was at the game for Rams and Dorchester. I got none but love for all y'all, all those kids. They come out here, they put it, they leave it on the field. This is what this is about.
Listen, I'm gonna keep everybody because as a journalist, I gotta be respectful of people that confide in information, or else I won't be able to provide the people. But I got posted this rule, right? It says no player shall play for any other football team during the CNYFCC season. Is that Central Mass?
I think so.
All right. I was sent this rule, and I also was sent this. I'm gonna just quote it. It says some stuff at the top. I don't want to go into that, but it says they knew the rule. Somebody in Central Mass just confirmed to me personally that Worcester Vikings knew the rule.
And I'm confirming to you personally that I did not
know
know
you
the rule.
didn't know, bro.
And
but they're confirming to me.
I don't care what they gotta say. You getting it from the dude directly who supposedly broke the rule, right? That's it.
Got you.
There was me or probably one other kid, and that's it. Penalize them. Don't suspend them for the rest of the postseason. If their team win, let them play. That's it. But don't penalize the whole team, bro. That's corny. And us as New England, we shouldn't be sending some dudes that we know ain't the champions. Let's send the best dudes out there.
So are you saying if Dorchester or Waterbury win, they ain't the true champs?
I'm not. Listen, I can't say nothing about Dorchester. We ain't beat them.
Hey, yo, Coach Randy, I respect you coming on, brother. Thanks a lot for saying your piece. I respect it. And I appreciate you taking accountability for not knowing the rule. I think at the end of the day, that was the biggest issue here. It wasn't about cheating or not cheating. It was more about maybe some coaches and some people like yourself that was not informed by those in power that may have known, and they kept it low. And unfortunately, the result, and whenever this get caught, kids are unfortunately at the peril of adult actions in youth football, right? An adult does something. The only way to penalize adults in youth football is to take action against children. It sound effed up. It sound like it's a target, but unfortunately, adult actions will always result in actions being taken against children. That's the game we are in youth sports. It's not, sometimes you will do something that will result badly and look badly upon your team. you know, whether it's fair or not, that's going to be debated for years. But if I used a 14-year-old kid against you and I say, yo, it was only two 14-year-olds, come on, bro, let me remove them and let me play y'all again. Unfortunately, that's not how it would go. AYF would remove me for playing 14-year-olds against 13-year-olds.
Yeah, but these kids were all of age, brother.
I know they're all of age, but the rule sees them all as ineligible players. That's my point.
Word.
The rules don't distinguish between an ineligible player that don't have a medical, an ineligible player that's playing above and going down, or an ineligible player that's playing high school and youth at the same time. An ineligible player, unfortunately, on paper, is considered an ineligible player. And one isn't better than the other. And that's what we can't normalize in youth football, right? We can't normalize ineligibility as one being better than the other. And I agree with you. It sucks for people like your son that did nothing wrong. All he did was play football. His high school said he could play, he played. His youth said he could play, he played. Unfortunately, there was a rule in national that said he couldn't do it. And he got stuck with that rule, bro. So listen, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate you. You have a blessed day, brother.
You too, brother, and I appreciate all y'all. Thank you.
Bro.
Be easy, cuz.
So listen, it looked like we got the head coach on. We got 15 minutes. I'm gonna allow the head coach to, you know, I'm not sure what his device is not connected right now. I'm not sure what's going on, but I see him in the back. I see him in the waiting room. I'll add him when he get his technology together. But I don't understand. I just got word from a Central Mass person, representative, that they knew the rule. I only could go off of, and I can't. I don't want to. I gotta keep
You're a journalist. You can't give up your
resource. But you know, either way, I really truly believe this brother that he didn't know. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I believe him too. I believe him. I believe that his son was a stud, and ain't nobody gonna tell him no different. But we'll see what the head coach got to say, man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was unaware of the rule too. He might not have been at y'all meeting.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. I know y'all had a meeting. He might not have been there.
So, the head coach, can we get the president on?
The person said, to clarify, I can't confirm personally that they knew, meaning the coaches, but I can confirm personally the organization knew the rule.
See, now I can understand that too. I can understand that because sometimes coaches get caught up and don't know what's going on if they don't have presidents and board members to, you know, walk people through stuff, or people in the organization to make sure that people get the rule book and everything else. Because some people just show up and want to coach. So I can understand that. But I would love to hear what the head coach got to say.
It looked like he's trying to get on again. He's in the lobby, but his device, they need their mic. Hey, if you can hear me, Jamaica Jams, you got to connect your microphone. You got to turn your microphone on and your camera. I can't add you until your microphone and your camera is connected. So please do those two things, and we'll add you.
I'm about to jump back on the thing, man. I just want to say this, man.
Yeah.
You made it very clear that you did not call them cheaters. Your post said they got disqualified.
100%.
I want to make it clear that Craig and Phil, the people in AYF, clearly put this in the rule books. So if people didn't take their time to read the rule books, because I can honestly tell you, if we could have did that, or if Dorchester did what they did, oh yeah, we would have ran through everybody, hands down, right? But we chose to read the rule book and follow the rule book. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not fair for some people to get away with it, and then others that are following the rules, you just can't do it. So with that being said, man, it would have been interesting, but it's going to be great to play this coach from Waterbury sounds like a good dude, but you know what I mean. I just hope no scandal breaks with him within the week. That he had got some kids. Dude was acting like he was ready to take it.
No, listen. You the stand-up guy, bro.
I'm just saying, man. I'm hoping I get an email or something, man. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause some don't sound right, bro. Some don't sound right. That's all I'm saying. Some don't sound right, bro. So, and you can't go around blaming Lynn. You can't go around blaming Lynn because, like James said, they don't live out. He made the areas and shit. So how, you know what I'm saying? So come on, man. We got to face reality. But I do believe that coach, and I feel bad for him and his kid. But he does need to email me if he knows something about Waterbury.
Well, I can guarantee you. I'm telling you, Waterbury good out here. Cats
I'm
gonna
not
tell
saying
you.
that, Cap. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is
They gonna
if you
tell
got a roster that got some funny shit on it, please email it to me. That's what I'm saying. And I get to the bottom of it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that wrong, bro. I'm not saying that wrong. I gotta protect my program, bro. Just like y'all gotta protect y'all's.
Cut it
Right?
out. Get off the
All right, no. Yo, Phil, take it back, man. Let me go back to the podcast, man.
Yo, he's out of control. All right. So, look, the head coach was trying to get on. We got 8 minutes.
We covered this enough. Bottom line, they violated the national rule. That's why they got knocked out the playoff. One question I have. How did the D3 guys wind up in the D2 bracket? I know in a couple situations we've seen them D3 dudes in the Division 2 bracket. That has thrown me for a loop when you made me look at that thing.
Well, even Woolkit, right, got thrown.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're in the D2 bracket. They're in the D2 bracket. They're in the D2 bracket. I don't get it.
Even they got thrown into it at 9U. Listen, I want to say something to clarify stuff. Phil Hood and both Craig 100% did not throw those kids under the bus. They both said that they both, I saw it with my own. We saw Craig's, and Phil Hood said they did not cheat. I think Phil Hood reiterated somewhat what Craig was saying, and so nobody should be taking those shots at them because they didn't say anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say anything wrong. I'm writing the head coach is back on, but again his microphone isn't on. Yo, your mic not on, bro. I can't. You gotta authenticate it with YouTube. I see that part. It says you need to connect your mic, turn your mic and your camera on. Yo, jump on Facebook. I sent you the link. Try to get in on Facebook. We got 6 minutes to allow you to get on, brother. 9U cannot be D3. 10U and up could be D3, Tito. And 9U are all D2 no matter what Andre said. So maybe that's why.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So that's why.
Thank you for the clarification, my brother.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
So that's why probably Woolkit had to jump over. 9U didn't have opportunities was made to allow. Okay, so since they didn't have D3, when you win your league, it sounds like Keith Maynard is saying you had the opportunity if you wanted to go to national track at D2. They chose the opportunity and they went and played Dorchester. But I wonder why they didn't play the Connecticut team.
I got you, big dude. You know I'm gonna hold you down, baby. I ain't gonna let them talk about you like that. I know all that crazy shit they was talking ain't it with Waterbury.
Nah, Duke a stand-up guy. We know that.
Yeah, man.
Ain't nothing gonna come out of that. And Beef was trolling. Beef wasn't calling Duke a cheater. Beef was just trying to be funny. Like he was trolling the comment.
My man was throwing everybody under the bus. He He threw everybody under the bus. Don't do no crime with home. Don't do nothing with home. He's going down, cuz.
He said,
everybody going down.
I tried to get it out of him. Give me a name.
If I'm going down, everybody going down.
Listen,
everybody going down.
Give me a name, bro. I asked him for a name.
If I'm going down, everybody going down. That's the type time he was on.
Oh man, but listen, we got 4 minutes, man. We are on live tomorrow with our regular scheduled programming. This was a pop-up podcast. I wanted to clarify, just basically, man, letting everybody know I don't know these young men. I don't know the coaches. I don't think I even know anybody from the program. Hey, head coach, you back on, but your device is not connected, my brother. I don't even know anybody from the program. I didn't call the program cheaters, but I knew in that moment 100% that they were disqualified and Big Duke was playing. So, you know, as a message board and as podcasters, I wanted to be the first to break the news. And good night, Matt. Take it easy, my brother. And I wanted to get out the information because
peace, Kennedy.
I think it was important that, you know, listen, that we break it here and we have a real conversation around what it meant. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like a discrepancy, Tito, within the rule. But some people saying they know. And so we'll never know. I mean, I would like to have the head coach on. I would like to have the head coach on.
He ain't getting on, cuz.
Back on again right now, but bro, I can't.
If he's on the phone, he got to hit the little green button. If you're on the phone,
right here. So everybody see right here, it says Jamaica James device is not connected. So it ain't like I'm not trying to add you on. When I try, it says they will need to connect their mic before you can add them. So I can't add you, bro.
He's trying to do it from the phone. He got to hit that little green button on the left.
We got 2 minutes, y'all. 2 minutes.
Bro, honestly, it ain't gonna do him no justice.
Burnt my damn crabs. I smell it burnt all the way down here. I'm heated. It's gonna be smelling like burnt all throughout my house. I burnt my crabs. I done pre-seasoned them and everything. Blue crabs, 6 of them burnt. I'm heated. T and Nicole, you cannot make this a local rule. It makes it a weaker to allow dual, and you cannot make it weaker. You can only strengthen it. Jackson, go to your phone settings and allow your mic and camera. Jackson, you got 2 minutes, my brother. I would love to have a conversation with you, though. You know, I think
we on tomorrow. He could come on tomorrow. He could get his thing together and rest his case tomorrow.
He's back on, but Chris, Chris.
Bro, Nino, I'm telling you, I remember the end of New Jack City. This bigger than Nino Brown. I go down, everybody go down.
Yes. Sabrina, Michelle, blue crabs. I'm sick. And I know they're going to taste like burnt. I'm sitting down here on this podcast like, smell like something more fire. I run upstairs, it's all smoky. I'm in there. You know how you got to fan up. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was bad. You know what I'm saying? Tito, it's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140, and I'm here with my co-host.
It's your boy Coach Career, the General, 860 Army. Peace to the gods.
Hey, for the people out there, if you're going through something, if you are bothered by something, you got high anxiety over something going on, your job, your life, school, education, all of that stuff, you are enough. I just want to tell you that. Straight from your boy PH, by the way, Tito. This is an Above 140 hoodie. Let me do this. See that? Is it showing? Maybe it's showing. It says you are enough. And it says, love the person in front of you. Have a good day, y'all. Easy. We got a fun-filled show tonight.
I met a boy today.
It's your boy Coach Career, the General, 860 Army.
She She loving my style every time I'm
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to nationals.
I'm around. She got me
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
The hood, we locked the
Clear.
script.
I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No,
Never.
that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.